Hare Krishna.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatari. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 12 and 13 together. So Krishna has just now spoken the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita, which represents the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. That's conclusive essence of truth, what Krishna wants to tell. So we saw in the from 8, 9, 10 and 11, these 4 verses, Krishna started with telling that he is the source of everything, and those who worship him, understanding this, they can understand him. Then he said how they understand him, by doing bodhayantam parasparam kathayantascha. So they talk about him, they preach about him, they offer their machitta, they offer their chitta, they offer their pran to him, and then they get bliss and happiness in that. And then Krishna tells how he gives them, to devotees who are doing service to him, Krishna gives them buddhi yoga. He gives him intelligence, how they can come to, and how he gives intelligence by destroying the ignorance. Right? So now Krishna has explained all these details to Arjuna and to us also. Right? So after hearing this and the Bhagavad Gita till this part, and then the essence of everything, what does Arjuna feel? What is his conclusion after hearing all these things? That we'll see that Arjuna speaks in next 3 to 4 verses. So we'll see the 2 verses today, and then we'll continue with the other verses. So let us see this verse. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Param Brahma
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Vitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum
Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum
Ustvam Rushaya Sarve
Ashyam Tattva Saryasa Sarve
Devarshi Naradastatha
Devashri Naradas Tatha
Asito Devalo Vyasaha
Asito Devalo Vayasaha
Swayam Chaiva Bravishime.
Swayam Chaiva Bravishimi.
Please chant.
Arjuna sorry, yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, please.
Okay. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusam Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustam Rashya Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Ashito Devalo Vyasa Soyam Chaiva Bravishime
Arjuna Uvaka Parabrahma Param Dharma Pavitram Paramam Bhavana Purusam Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum आहुस्तवं रस्यः सर्वे देवश्रीनारदास तथा असितो देवलो वाष्यः स्वयं कावे ब्रवशिमि.
Okay, so let us see translation and purport. Arjun said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn and the greatest. All the great sages such as Narad, Asita, Deva, and Vyas confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Purport. In these two verses, the Supreme Lord gives a chance to Mayavadi philosopher, for it is clear that Supreme is different from the individual soul. Arjuna, after hearing the essential four verses of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He at once boldly declares, "You are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And previously, Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone. Every demigod and other human being is dependent on him. Men and demigods, out of ignorance, think that they are absolute and independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That ignorance is removed perfectly by the discharge of devotional service. This was already been explained in the previous words by the Lord. Now, by His grace, Arjuna is accepting Him as the supreme truth in concordance with the Vedic injunction. It is not that because Krishna is Arjuna's intimate friend, Arjuna is flattering him by calling him the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth. Whatever Arjuna says in these two words is confirmed by Vedic truth. Vedic injunctions affirm that only one who takes to devotional service of the Supreme Lord can understand him, whereas others cannot. Each and every word of this word spoken by Arjuna is confirmed by Vedic injunctions. In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that the Supreme Brahman is rest of everything, and Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on him. The Mukunda Upanishad confirms that Supreme Lord in whom everything is resting can be realized only by those who engage constantly in thinking of him. This constant thinking of Krishna is smaranam, one of the method of devotional service. It is only by devotional service to Krishna that one can understand his position and get rid of this material body. In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of pure. One who understands that Krishna is the purest of pure can become purified from all sinful activities. One cannot be disinfected from the sinful activities unless he surrenders unto the Supreme Lord. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as the Supreme Pure complies with the injunction of Vedic literature. This is also confirmed by great personalities, of whom Narad is the chief. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one should always meditate on him and enjoy one's transcendental relationship with him. He is the supreme existence. He is free from bodily needs, birth and death. Not only does Arjuna confirms this, but all Vedic literature, Purana and histories. In all the Vedic literature, Krishna is thus described, and the Supreme Lord himself also says in the 4th chapter, "Although I am unborn, I appear on the earth to establish religious principles." He is the supreme origin. He has no cause, for he is the cause of all causes, and everything is emanating from him. This perfect knowledge can be had by grace of Supreme Lord. Here Arjuna expresses himself to the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these two verses. This is called parampara, acceptance of disciplic succession. Unless one is in disciplic succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, those proud of their academic education, despite so much evidence in Vedic literature, stick to their obstinate conviction that Krishna is ordinary person. So, after hearing the main 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, in the 2nd chapter, we have seen that Arjuna asked Krishna, "What is the best way for me? What should I do in this situation when I am a soldier, but I don't want to fight? Or if I have to fight, I have to fight with my gurus, my relatives, my friends." So he surrendered to Krishna and told Krishna that you guide me, I am your disciple. So the guru and disciple relationship is such that the guru's main responsibility, or as a responsibility, guru tries to teach the disciple the ultimate truth of existence. And when the disciple understands that, that is a big achievement for the guru. Because guru, when the disciple understands it, that means that the devotee will be get delivered from this material world. That is what gurus try to do. So Krishna, as guru of Arjuna, has made Arjuna speak these verses with full conviction. So Arjuna is saying that I accept you as Param Parma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. So each word of this first verse is a quality or is a truth. So he is the supreme Brahman. He is the Dham, is the spiritual place, right? So he is the supreme Dham. He is Pavitra. He is Paramam. He is Bhavan. So he is the ultimate Purush. He is Shashvatam. He is eternally existence. He is Divyam. He is beyond. He is transcendental. And Adi Deva, Ajam. He is Adi Deva. He is God of all gods. Ajam. He is without birth. And he is Vibhu. He is the greatest. And so Krishna is being glorified by Arjuna that he understood Krishna's real qualities, or he understood Krishna. What is Krishna? Because in our life, when we say our purpose of the life, what is our purpose of the life? So the purpose of human life is to understand the supreme truth. Here Arjuna is saying, I understood. And then Arjuna is suffixing his statements that Krishna has already told, right? The 7 sages and before them the 4 sages. They are the great devotees. They are super intelligent. So out of them, like Arjuna takes the evidence of this Narad, Asita, Deval and Vyas, who are the supreme sages. They declare in different Vedic Shastra, Upanishad, Vedas about the supreme truth, supreme Brahman. So Arjuna says that I understood and I accept, and you are also declaring that. So this is the goal of our life also. So because Bhagavad Gita tells that when we understand the supreme truth in reality, then our path to liberation starts. Till that time, whatever other destinations we may want, they are temporary. If we want a destination which is eternal, then we have to accept the absolute truth. So Krishna is Divyam, he is beyond the modes, he is beyond this material world. That's why he is existing eternally. So how this conviction comes? So in the 8th verse, we saw that Krishna says that those who are devout, first he says, by knowledge of me, devotees will start worshipping, doing the bhakti. Then he says, by bhakti, I will give that person buddhi yoga, how he can come to me. So which comes first? So bhakti, of course, comes from bhakti. So it comes through the devotees. And knowledge also comes from devotees and the Shastra. So once we get the knowledge, we start the bhakti more seriously. And when our intelligence stops, there Krishna guides us by giving the Param Buddhi Yoga. So that's how, when we say we are studying these qualities of the God, how he exists, is this knowledge? Of course, this is knowledge about the Supreme Lord. But in the 7th chapter, we have seen that knowledge of the Supreme Lord is not only knowledge, it is a part of bhakti knowledge. Why? Because by understanding the supreme position, our surrender increases, our bhakti increases, right? So the same way Arjuna is expressing these feelings to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada makes very nice point that is Arjuna flattering Krishna because they are best friends? No, he don't want, he's not doing that. He is very seriously telling. That's why he has given the reference of Narad, Ashit and Deva. That it's not only Arjuna is saying, but it is being said by all the authors of the Vedic literatures. So he is quoting these sages to tell that it's not only Arjuna, but all the other great personalities have also agreed to this. So they now by means like Janmashtami is coming, right? Tomorrow is in India, day after tomorrow in Japan. One of the main purpose of celebrating or joining the Janmashtami is to understand the position of Krishna and our position. So luckily today we have read this verse where Arjuna is telling the absolute truth is Krishna, and tomorrow's verse he will tell his position also. So this is what we have to meditate on when we are celebrating this period of Janmashtami. So that we pray that like Arjuna understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita and has fulfilled the purpose of his life, we should also understand the meaning or essence of Bhagavad Gita, and we can also achieve the supreme goal. So by this meditation, when we pray or we do smaranam, remembrance of the Krishna, then Krishna has promised just a couple of verses back that Dadhami Buddhi Yoga, I will give you the intelligence. So our job is explained in one verse before that. We have to think of Krishna. We have to give our Chetana, consciousness to Krishna, body, prana to Krishna, and serve the God, serve Vishnu. Then Krishna will give the intelligence. So this is a very good point in Bhagavad Gita, and luckily we have Janmashtami also. So it's just a suggestion how we can meditate on our relationship with Krishna and pray to Krishna that we also understand what he wants us to know, like Arjuna. Like he has helped Arjuna, he will also help us. Any devotee, he said, I am not partial to anyone, I am equal to all. As one surrenders, I reciprocate. So the problem is our surrender. Our surrender is not complete. That's why our understanding is not complete. So we have to surrender more by doing the bhakti. So we'll see next verses where Arjuna talks more to Krishna after this verse, and he also shows greatest quality of a disciple. So that we'll see in the next verse. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Bhagavad.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow.